Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this live stream. It is a live stream that I'm doing after a long time, and I hope it will go well from the point of view of technology and all this, and there will be a good sound and all this. I'm very happy to be back live streaming in the social media, and um, for some of you that they don't know me, I am Northern Deer Alexander, a spiritual teacher, shaman, and healer. For 25 years, approximately, now almost 26, I am sharing knowledge about personal development, spiritual evolution, and basically how to take your life in your own hands and direct it towards the place that you always wanted to arrive in your life. This is what I've studied for almost the majority of my life, and I'm sharing the knowledge I received about personal development and spirituality the last 26 years all over the world. My purpose of doing these live streams is to share knowledge because this is who I am, this is my whole life, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm breathing, this is what I'm living for. And if you share your passion and if you share what is the most important for you, there are multiple benefits for other people and for ourselves. And this is something that I have never learned in my life from the school, from the parents, but I discovered it actually by allowing myself to live the life that I always wanted. And this is one of the biggest secrets and one of the biggest aha moments that I want to share with you today that I had in my path, and which is the secret for many people who are struggling today in their life to achieve their dreams, to get out of difficulties, to be motivated to live and act in their everyday life, and to reach their highest self or their higher self. By the way, we all have this so-called higher self, which is cannot be defined exactly, but it is the self that we would like to have ideally. So I discovered that sharing knowledge and sharing my passion helps me personally, because when you share and you give the thing that you are passionate about, you become like a channel, and a space opens inside of you, and you channel authenticity. Authenticity is like a flow of energy. Maybe for the majority of people, authenticity is just a concept, an idea, an abstract idea, and we know what it means generally, but it is not something like a tangible thing. But yes, conceptually, authenticity is to be authentic, to be yourself. But practically, authenticity opens like a channel, like the tap of energy. And the person who is authentic, he becomes like channel for other people around him. Whatever he's doing, doesn't matter in which area of life he is, the moment the person becomes authentic, becomes himself, and he can express himself freely, he becomes a channel for other people. And what kind of channel? He gives this energy and this example of authenticity, of being authentic. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs to become themselves, to become authentic in their life. And we are searching for examples of authentic people who dare to be themselves in this world today where everybody's trying to be somebody else. We need examples of people who are acknowledging themselves, and they not that they play that they are independent or confident, but they are actually sharing their authenticity. By doing this, by opening this channel and becoming a channel for other people, you grow faster. your authenticity grows. Because anything that it is real inside of us, this is what I learned in my spiritual path, when it is shared in the world, when it is expressed, it grows. For example, imagine like a musician who is sharing his talent by sharing music, by singing, by playing music in front of an audience. Of course, this will inspire this person and it will help him develop his talent more and more and more. Today, I see a lot of people doing YouTube videos. Many people who share through YouTube their craft or something that they know, they get to learn it better by sharing it. The more you express something, the more you learn it yourself. Also, maybe you have this example in your own life that if you share something that comes spontaneously from yourself, and the moment you are able to express it, to externalize it with words, it's like you are understanding it better. Maybe you had this experience that you were trying to explain to your friend or to somebody some interesting concept that you learned or something that you to show to somebody something that you can do. And by doing so, after doing it, you would feel that you're just more aware of it yourself. So this was one of the benefits of becoming a channel of authenticity for others. I was becoming in a deeper level aware of my own authenticity. Plus, I was helping others to awaken themselves. And when you become beneficial for other people, this creates a community around you where people who are searching similar things, the same thing basically, gather around you, and then this creates what is called an egregor, like an energy field of people moving to the same direction, which multiplies this effect. So this was a very big realization that life helps you the more you express yourself, and the more you try to be careful and protect yourself and secure yourself, so you are afraid to express the deeper and more authentic parts of you, the more these parts die off. This was a spiritual law that I have learned many years ago through some books, through some philosophies, but I never understood really what it meant. This saying, spiritual saying, was giving this expression that when you give something, it becomes yours forever. And when you try to keep it for yourself, you lose it forever. Yeah, it was like a mystical saying. But the true meaning of this is this. And another thing that I learned that it is connected with this all these years, very important realization or aha moment, was that this law of expression. It is the fact that we are here on this world for a little while. We don't live here forever, but this world is like a field, like a canvas for expression. It's like the canvas of a painter who, in order to express his talent, he needs a canvas and paints in order to paint. So this manifested world that we live with, this body and with whatever we do, it's the canvas where we can express who we are in a deeper sense. It's not about the external result, but it's about expressing it. And exactly the same law. The thing that you express, it grows. If the painter paints, his talent will grow. If the painter keep his talent inside and he will not express it by his actions, by his paintings, the talent will die off. Now, the actual realization that brought me to this, to understand all these things, which is the biggest aha moment that I had, is that in order to learn all these amazing secrets of life and be able to express yourself, be authentic, and develop all the qualities that you want and achieve your dreams, the basis of this is how powerful you feel inside yourself and how much you can take your life in your own hands. How much you are ready to live, how much you are ready to take life individually and independently in your own hands, or how much you want to be lost in the herd, like to be a sheep among other sheep. And this was biggest the first one of the first biggest awakenings that I had. Before I entered this path of personal evolution, I was like everybody else, with my own internal problems, struggling to survive, to make it, to become something. I was studying to become a dentist. But later I realized that the core of my limiting beliefs and my problems in life was that uh, I was not able to take my life in my own hands and live my own life. I was trying to fit in. I was trying to be part of the crowd. And in order to do this, I had to compromise all my individual things, like my dreams, my desires. And there was a very deep intrinsic need to always receive the approval of the group in which I was and become part of them. Of course, there are people maybe who will hear this and they will say, this was your problem. We are not like this. Yes, the other kind of people the exact opposite of this were the people who were always trying to show that they are different. But in the end of the day, it is the same. All this revolves around how the other people see you. Do they see you as them, or do they see you as better than them or different than them? Both are similarly depending yourself on the crowd, on what everybody else is doing. And then, in some moment in my personal development path, when I started traveling, I became a shaman and I started traveling all over the world. It was the first time in my life that I didn't have any compass. I couldn't, let's say, copy anybody how they live, because what I was doing was so unique. I was so out of the ordinary that I had to base myself and my life only 100% in what I am doing, and to discover all the truths and the answers of all my questions inside of me, which was very hard. It was very, very hard because I was used to do the opposite. I was used to search for confirmation outside in the world, externally. But with the help of the knowledge that I was receiving, the practices that I was doing, my teachers, and so on, I was forced to learn to really look at myself and really overcome all the obstacles that I had. And the biggest obstacles that I had was that I was afraid to really take my own life totally in my own hands. This doesn't mean that you will not communicate with other people, that you will live alone in a cave, or that you will not accept help from others. No, I'm not talking about this. Of course, we are part of the world, and as part of the world, we always are dependent on everything around us, on people, even on the air that we breathe. We cannot exist without the environment, without nature, without the trees. If you think you can survive without trees, go somewhere where there are no trees in the summer and try to find shade, and you will appreciate the trees. But inside this world, as part of the world, we have also we're like individual molecules, and our purpose is to find ourselves. And in order to do this, the only way is to not search to find yourself out there, but inside. And when we say inside, I don't mean somewhere inside of you, in you directly, like you to become aware that you have to become confident by basing yourself in your own realizations. This was like the big mountain that I had to climb, and it is the big mountain that somehow everybody has to climb. Everybody who wants to become successful in life, individual, independent, happy, healthy, and free. It's like this big obstacle that actually cuts the majority of people like a test and separates the majority of people who want to remain inside the crowd for the people who are really have the guts and the dare to go to the unknown and find themselves. And if you don't climb this mountain of your individuality, then you cannot really find the rest of the gifts like authenticity, to express yourself freely, freedom, happiness, power, confidence, all these gifts that uh, maybe we see in our heroes in the movies or we admire in other people. In order to, we all have these gifts, but in order to find these gifts, everything starts from how much you can take your own life in your own hands. Through this way that I took, I was forced to live alone for many years, to travel, to be for many years like guest in people's houses, people that I didn't know them. Um, I was like a kind of a nomad inside the society. For 15 years approximately, I was traveling like this, and this helped me very, very much to break all these weak limitations that I had, that they were stopping me to feel that I own myself. And after a few years of living like this, I managed to feel this, and then I realized that from climbing this first mountain, from the top of this mountain, I could actually start realizing how to access these other qualities like authenticity, bravery, my own greatness, to understand what it is, even to find what is God. You cannot find what is God. Many people search in spirituality to understand what is God or the universe or the spirit or what is this thing that creates us and so on. The truth is that in order to find this, also you need to be enough strong to be able to endure the truth. If the person is very dependent and has a lot of fears and doubts, simply, even if God will appear in front of you, you would not be able to believe it. So, through this series of live streams, I'm starting from today, I want to share different types of knowledge, more practical mindset about relationships, about manifestation, about wisdom, ancient teachings, about money and business and success, about how to grow. I will be having this live streams every Saturday and also some uh, live webinars that I will share in the social media. And today, this topic about the biggest aha moment I had in my personal development. I wanted to share with you this mountain of personal growth that you have to climb in order to feel and realize that you have to take your life in your own hands and you cannot live a copy paste life. If you remain in the crowd and you live a common life like everybody else, your consciousness will fall asleep. You will go to the autopilot of life. And then all the great things that your soul is dreaming, they will be unavailable because awareness is necessary. And awareness only wakes in a person who decides to take his life in his own hands and take this path seriously. Okay, that's it for today. If you want to ask me anything, you can write me. You can see this video, maybe some of you saw it live, some other people may see it after. If now it is first time after a long time that I'm doing a live stream. I'll see how it went, if it was okay, the sound and so on. If something went wrong and you didn't hear anything or you couldn't see me at all, I apologize. I will see what is going on, and if something happened, I will try to see if I can post a video after. That's it for now, and I will develop this ability to make the live streams and learn also the platforms how to do it properly, and I will be happy to share with you some knowledge. And if you will be live also, please share your questions. That's it. I will see you in the next Saturday from this live stream place. And until then, take your life in your own hands. Be happy. Bye bye for now.